Assalamu alaikum, peace and blessings. So, the last time, part one, I talked about Islamic books. This is part two. I will be talking about non-Islamic books, just books in general that I've loved sharing from my childhood with my children, and books that my kids still really love to read. And actually, there are quite a few in here that actually make me, literally, I'm reading it to them and I laugh out loud. So let's get started. The first book is one of my favorite books as a child. I love this book. I suggest this book to all parents. Sorry, 2-year-old in the background. I really enjoy history and time passing by and thinking about the past. And this book talks about this. It's called The Little House. The Little House by Virginia Lee Burton. This book is really really old. Like, I don't know, I think she wrote it in the 50s, maybe. I'm not even sure about that. No, I'm sure it says in here. Anyway, it's won awards. I actually have the original that I used to read when I was a kid, but it was already so messed up. But I bought my kids a new one and they love it. The Little House, one of my favorite books. I just love it so much. I'm going to read it to little Ibrahim after we're done filming this video. Next is A Tree is Growing, which is great for spring. I bought this last year with their Eid presents about science and things like that. So it talks about all different trees and leaves and what they look like when they grow, like 20 years, 30 years. Anyway, it's all about trees. As my kids are really interested in sap and things like that. So, really enjoyed this book. And my kids do too. It's not too boring. It's, you know, about trees. And it's got a lot of scientific things. Another book that I love, and it's a series called Frog and Toad. And this one are friends. I bought a set of 4 for my kids, and I don't know where the other ones are, but there are some great life lessons and stories in here that are actually really funny. This series really makes me laugh out loud. So I suggest this. This one's won awards as well, and it's by Arnold Lobel. The next is a series of books called, and they all have different titles, but it surrounds a pigeon. The first one that my kids got is called The Pigeon Needs a Bath. This one is really funny. And when kids don't want to take a bath, it's a nice little story to read before you put them in the bath, or force them to anyway. Anyway, interrupted. Pigeon needs a bath. Pigeon wants a puppy. And the pigeon finds a hot dog. This one is really good about sharing. Another one that I bought that was one of their gifts with one of their themed Eid presents was the National Geographic Kids First Big Why, or First Big Book of Why. Your mom. I hear why about 1,000,000 times a day. I actually think I hate that word by now. It's just an awesome book. All kinds of questions. How does water turn to ice? Why does popcorn pop? How does the TV work? Bazillion questions about animals. Great book. It is called Is a Worry Worrying You? And I thought that this would help her, and I ordered it online. And then when I got it, I'm like, oh, yikes. The illustrations are nice. They're awesome. But they are some of them are a little scary for kids. Like, this is supposed to be the worry. And the worry's just sitting there eating chips. I have someone rocking my table. Please stop. Anyway, my kindergartner, Miss Zainab, was cleaning her bedroom and asked me if she didn't want it even on her bookshelf. It's a great story. It's a great idea. I think just the pictures scare them. So if your kids can handle this from the cover, be my guest. But I wouldn't suggest it for really younger children, maybe a little bit older. Like my 7-year-old doesn't care for it. So it's a great story and a great idea. It's just the pictures are a little scary. So if any of you authors or writers, children's illustrators out there can write a book similar but a little bit more happier, that would be awesome, and I'd be interested in it. I'm trying to look at the camera. It's hard not to look at yourself. Anyway, those are the books that my children enjoy reading. I hope that some of these have been some great suggestions to you, or suggestions of ideas. And that's about it. If you have any suggestions for me or books that you've loved as a child that you would suggest, write them down below. Remember to like and subscribe. Go over to my Facebook channel. Check out my No Spendy February video series. And have a great day. Bye, guys. Assalamualaikum.